Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, and thank you so much for being a part of this free quick training I have for you today. Now, this training is all about why should you teach paint parties, especially around the holiday season. So I'm going to go over my 5 reasons why, and here's a picture of me at an event teaching a paint party, and my daughter with her little cat ears. She goes to a lot of events with me. So I just want to tell you a little bit about ourselves and kind of what we do and why we do it and how we can help you do the same thing. So first off, thank you for being here. Again, Heidi Easley, founder and owner of Texas Art and Soul, and I travel all over and teach paint parties. And then also over the past 2 years, I've been teaching virtually people all over the world how to teach their own paint parties. So that has been so much fun because I had no idea. I did not even see that one coming. It kind of just started. So I'm really excited that you're here, and I'm hoping that you can gain some insight to why you should start teaching these. So I want to, show you just a little bit about kind of how we got started. Now, I have tons of interviews out there online and different things, but for those of you that don't know me, I wasn't always doing this. I was, sorry about that, got a buzzer going off. I wasn't always doing this. I was a full-time art teacher for 7 years and actually taught part-time for 3 years. And I taught in public schools, and back in around 2007, 2008, me and my husband lost everything. We had to file bankruptcy. We lost everything, our house, and we lived close to the beach. We lost our cars. My husband lost his job, and I was using art to heal. I was trying to figure out a way. I felt so isolated, so depressed. I just felt like so unworthy. And so I started painting, because painting is what I do when I'm hurting, and painting is always what I go back to. I feel like God's given me that gift. I might not be the best painter, but I love it, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I started painting, and I started painting these little mini surfboards that I cut out of wood, and I took them to school with me. I was teaching at the time, and I took them to school with me to show to actually work on them during lunch. Well, I had about 850 students. For those teachers out there, you understand my pain at that moment. I had 850 students come through my classroom a week, which meant around 150 kids a day I would see. So they saw these surfboards sitting on my desk, and they said, Miss Easley, could you please put my name on it? Put my name on it. Oh my gosh. And so a light bulb went off, and I thought, oh my gosh, I think I can sell these. I think I can get my family, hopefully out of the situation we're in. And so I ended up setting up a little surfboard booth at Pier Park in Panama City Beach, and ended up selling, over 1,000 of those mini surfboards in a short time period of less than 2 months, which meant, my slow painting skills, sometimes it would take me a year to finish a painting. I just wasn't disciplined. Those slow painting skills had to speed up. And sometimes it would be over 60 boards a night, because I was working 3 days a week, 12 to 14-hour days, selling those little surfboards. But I knew every single surfboard I sold was a way out of that situation I was in. So fast forward several years later, and I moved to Texas, a much needed move back to Texas where I'm from. And I started teaching again. I was teaching full time, and somebody asked me, hey, could you teach a paint party like this? And I said, you mean like this? And I showed a picture I had sitting on my desk of me teaching a big group Starry Night in Panama City. And they said, yes, just like that. And so there it began. I wasn't really searching for it, but I started kind of hosting paint parties out of people asking and requesting. And then it turned into this giant monster that now runs our life, which I absolutely love. So we travel, me and my daughter travel and do paint parties in the summer. She'll come with me. We went all the way down to South Florida this summer and did a long road trip, the past 2 years actually, and did paint parties along the way, and then did paint parties here in Texas. And she, I have a picture here I'll show you. She actually, here's a really cute one of her setting up at an event. She actually renegotiated her salary. Oh my gosh. She said, Mom, usually she gets a certain base pay. She said, Mom, I think I need the base pay plus $1 per person. So when you're doing 100+ people party events, this 11-year-old is making some money, let me tell you. And she is such a good helper. She loves sharing the stage with me. This is at a big event we did last summer, and she just loves being up there. She wants to demonstrate. She wants to show people what to do. And I can't tell you how much I cherish these moments with her. I just love them. And it's not often that you can just bring your kid to work with you and, and get to do something really fun, but she's always able to do that with me, and I love that. So today I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why you should teach paint parties. There's so many reasons why. I'm going to go over my top 5 reasons why that I think you should teach paint parties. So the first one, you get to create all the time. Okay. So this one I love because even whenever I feel like, I have things or deadlines to do, I have paint days scheduled in. When I was working a full-time job teaching art, you're busy. If you're an art teacher out there, you understand what I mean. Yes, you're trying to create your examples for people and things like that, but there's not a lot of downtime just to create because you are, your classroom management, you are busy, busy, busy. So the first thing is, I feel like I'm immersed in creativity. I'll have on my calendar paint day, and then I drop my daughter off at school. I get to come home and I'm painting the whole day. I love those days. I crank up the music, or I put on the Hallmark Channel, or I, catch up on some Parenthood episodes, or I listen to podcasts all day, put on my diffuser, and I just love it. It's so much fun. The second reason, it's inspiring my daughter and husband. So I don't know about you, but sometimes going for our dreams is hard. A lot of me doing my paint parties and creating is so that I can have the schedule I want. Every morning I'm able to get up with my daughter, help her get her ready for school. Most days I get to pick her up after school. And then I have my schedules, when people book parties, I can say yes or no. I don't have to say yes if I have something going on. I put in what I want to do first, then I book parties around it. So it was funny. Me and my husband, we did, I kind of surprised him, and we did this cheesy vow renewal. And my daughter, Pixie, was our officiator. I don't know how to say that word. Anyway, she was officiating our renewal. It was just us 3. And I remember we were kind of saying these cheesy vows to each other. And he talked about how much I was inspiring him and how much he saw that I was inspiring Pixie. And so it just made me tear up because I knew that, he sees what I'm doing, and he sees that it's not just about money. It's not just about paint parties, but it's about showing people that you don't have to be on your phone all the time. You can take 2 hours out of your day and, actually physically create something. We're not here doing fine art. For those of you that are fine artists and you think, oh, this is silly, this is not, what it's about. It's not about fine art. It's about just getting off your phones and creating and being by somebody. Or, I have a lot of people that come to my parties that come alone, and then they end up making connections or friends, or they just need a way out. Creating is my way out. When I'm creating and I'm doing something that I love, which is painting, I feel that connection to God. That's how I feel like, I feel like everybody has their own way of worship, and I feel like that's kind of my way of worship. And so I think, sometimes I talk about co-creating with God. Sometimes there'll be things that I create, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know I couldn't have done that without help. And I think sometimes people don't have a way out. They just go straight to TV, or they go straight to, eating, or they go straight to having a glass of wine, which, yes, I love my wine too. But there has to be something, some kind of hobby, something that you can do, whether it's cooking or gardening or, painting in my case, to kind of get you out of whatever funk you're in. Painting is that for me. And I love to share that with people because I know it makes a difference. I've had so many people tell me how much it helps them. And so a simple painting event that you might think is just fun really can change people's lives. I've many people I know that's changed their lives, and it's changed our life. Just me doing this business has totally changed the course of my life, and I'm so grateful. the third reason why, the extra income is greatness, okay? So you can make as little or as much as you want. The money's out there. You can make as little or as much as you want. And I always tell this to people because, you know, whether you're teaching kids events or you're teaching adult events, I do both. I actually love to teach because, again, I'm a teacher by heart. So I love kids and I love to teach kids parties and adult parties. But there is so much money out there. I actually quit. I'm not up here telling you to quit your full-time job. That's not what I'm saying. Again, you know, we went through bankruptcy and I waited many years till I knew I had enough income to replace my income to start this. But you can make as little as or as much as you want. You could do one party a month. You could do several. I think I have scheduled 8 parties this month just because, again, this is my full-time job. And right now is the holiday season. This is when everybody is scheduling get-togethers. And it is so, so much fun. So whether you just want a little extra money to pay for your kids' camp this summer, you know, you're just trying to get some money together, or you're trying to do a really cool, awesome vacation, whatever the case, that is a reason why you should throw paint parties. The next reason, as you throw paint parties, your confidence as an artist and even as a person grows. So I love that feeling when I know I'm doing something that helps others. So, you know, I say on here, art really does heal. It does. Oh my gosh, it does so much. And it really helps people. It's their way to connect. And I've seen it time and time again. And I just love knowing that I'm a part of that with somebody if they're, you know, starting to create for the first time. I just did a little kid's 13th birthday party the other day. And all the kids were really timid at first. And I thought it was kind of unique because, you know, they're kind of timid. They're not really sure. By the end of it, they're so confident in what they created. They're smiling for the camera. They're like, oh my gosh, I did this, you know, and it really does change your confidence. It changes their confidence. And then you as the teacher, you see them succeed, and you see them happy. And then it makes you really excited for them. So I know that's what I love whenever especially someone says, I'm a first-time painter. What I love so much is seeing them after they say, you know, they're a first-time painter. And when they finish, they're like, oh my gosh, I did this. You know, I just think that is so cool. And the 5th thing, you set your own schedule. Enough said. Oh my gosh, that is so true. I think right now I have one lady requesting a paint party after Christmas, but usually I take off pretty much, you know, 3 to 4 weeks. I'll take off the whole week of Christmas, the week after Christmas, and usually the first 2 weeks of January. And so, oh, and here's an example of kind of a flyer that I'm doing for an event. I just wanted y'all to see something kind of that I'm doing for an event. But yeah, so you can make your own schedule. I don't know about you, but that is crucial. Making your own schedule is so big because yes, you can do these fun Christmas parties. Here's a party of a reindeer I was teaching last year at the sweet lady's house. You can make your own schedule and then you can, you know, schedule your time off. Oh my gosh, I love knowing that I don't have to go, you know, I only get 2 weeks off this year or I only get 1 week paid off. You know, I can schedule it whenever I want. So I know when I need to do the parties and when I want to relax and have some time off. So yes, that is I think that's my biggest. Even when I was teaching full-time as a school teacher, you know, it was hard to, you know, have that morning time with my daughter like I wanted to. Be able to sleep every day till at least 7, sometimes 7:30 and still get her to school on time. So I think having my own schedule was a really, really big factor in this. So I want to know who is ready to teach paint parties. Okay, so some of you might already be teaching them. You're just maybe getting stuck. Now, I have been teaching people how to teach paint parties in a virtual boot camp for, I guess, 2 years now. And the thing that I noticed that most people get stuck with is how to book their parties and how to market to those parties. So what I did was I created something that I know you will love. Something that you can use right now, get started with right now, and it's called Paint Party Marketing 101. And it's a little mini course. It's everything you need to know to book and then market your paint parties. So basically this course is going to help you, and it's a mini course. So some of y'all that really have been wanting to join my virtual boot camp, but you just aren't ready to invest the money necessary for those skills, which by the way, oh my gosh, we have almost 100 people in that virtual boot camp, and I have seen so much success. One of my people have done in just 9 months, she has taught about 37 paint parties, and her goal is 50 before the end of the year. Now, you might not be wanting to do it on that scale. I don't even think I'm wanting to teach that many, but she's just going for it, and she is using these 2 things in this mini course that I put together, because I know a lot of you already know how to teach. A lot of you are really struggling with the marketing part of it, and you're really struggling with how to find your customers. So instead of trying to give you everything and some of the stuff that you don't need, I put together this mini course. And this is just a short little course that has exactly what you need. It has everything you need to know to book and then market your paint parties. It also has my first 2 modules of my virtual boot camp. Now, these are the 2 modules that generate the income, okay? These are the ones you need to know that actually get your parties booked and get your people at your parties. It's one thing to schedule a party, but then how do you get people there? If you can't get people to actually pull the trigger and pay for the painting event, you're not going to make any money. So I put this together for you, and it's only $97. So I really want you to take advantage of this. Again, I was talking to a lot of customers the other day on the phone, and had filled out my survey and was talking to and listening to what they really needed. And this thing came up every single time. And it was more about how to book and then market your paint parties. So I really hope you'll enjoy this. I know you will. I know it's helped people in my virtual boot camp already. So I'm excited for you to get started. So if you want to get started today, all you have to do is click the link below, and you can sign up for the Paint Party Marketing 101 course today. So again, don't miss out on this. This is way worth more than $97, I'm telling you. If you could just book one party using this method, okay, one party of 10, you're looking at $350 to $400. So this will pay for itself over and over and over again. I'm telling you, if I would have known this information before I fumbled my way through of many, many years of figuring this method out, I would have saved so much time, so much money. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is something that is just, I can't put a value on it, because again, this is what I use. When I go to book my parties, which now I said about 8 parties for November, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 12 parties and about to be 13 parties already booked for December. I use this technique. This is the technique I use to book all those parties this month and 13 parties next month. So I'm telling you guys, this is way, way, way worth more than $97. But I want you to have success. I know how important it is to have people out there find something that they love and find something that they can go to and use time and time again. So whether they're going through a divorce, they're going through a hard time, they can pick up a paintbrush and create. And I want you to be a part of that story. So grab the Paint Party Marketing 101 today, click the link below, and it will be emailed to you within 24 hours. And I can't wait to see what you do with it. Thanks, guys. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at texasartandsoul@gmail.com or Heidi.Easley@yahoo.com. Thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.